and welcome to my channel. My name is Autumn Ambrose and today I am building a cave for Pocahontas because this build is for my Dark Disney Princess series, where I imagine what if these cute and innocent, pretty looking Disney princesses became creatures of the night. They became the monsters. What would their houses look like? And today I am building a cave for Pocahontas because I have decided she will become a hybrid. Now, I know what you're thinking, what the bloody hell is a hybrid? Well, if you have watched a show called The Vampire Diaries or the original, then you will know about a character called Niklaus. Niklaus is a mix between vampire and werewolf, and as I've been rewatching The Vampire Diaries, I don't know why, but for some reason I've got Scooby-Doo on my brain. I absolutely love the little animated movies they used to make, and one of these animated movies was called Zombie Island. Now Scooby and the gang went to Zombie Island in New Orleans, ate some gumbo, met a couple of zombies, which are not the bad guys, they're the good guys, and the monster in this movies are werecats. Now, I love the character of Niklaus, and I thought, let's put a Scooby-Doo spin on this and kind of like make my own monster. And instead of being a vampire and werewolf mix, let's make Pocahontas a vampire and werecat mix. So I kind of made a new monster. I don't know, I haven't seen a werecat vampire hybrid anywhere, any of the other TV shows that I watch, because I do like to watch a supernatural cult kind of thing. And actually, I really like the idea of a hybrid because it's not likely that I'll be revisiting that one again, because I have made sure the other Disney princesses that we have left have their own individually assigned monster, and I've got it all planned and ready to go. I was like, okay, let's make it so she lives in a cave. I was like, okay, that's good news. But what about the rest of the property, the lot that she's going to be living on? What else? And so I decided to go onto Pinterest and trying to find like inspiration and ideas, and I stumbled upon a mood board. It was a Pocahontas mood board, so different images that kind of related to Pocahontas, and one of these images was a waterfall. And I was like, oh, that's cool, I do like a good waterfall. And then I started to listen to Colours of the Wind, and in that song she does a jump down a waterfall, and I was like, okay, let's go for waterfall, shall we? Let's pop a waterfall next to my cave. So I initially wanted like a really big, tall, dramatic waterfall, one of those waterfalls where the water just goes straight down and smacks some rocks below it. But because we don't have any waterfalls that do that, they go straight down, I was like, okay, let's go for a tiered waterfall instead. So I initially first went for the Discover University waterfall at the back, which is the blue looking one. But I later changed that because of its blueness, because I just felt it just kind of looked weird, you know, in between the green waterfall, and that's from Island Living, and then the green water, because I do change the water to more of a greeny colour. I just felt it looked a little bit weird. So I do change that to the Island Living one, so they both match. And the reason why I went for the Discover University one at first is because, like I said, I wanted to make sure my waterfall had enough height to it. And I was afraid that having the Island Living one wouldn't have enough height to it, but it actually looks pretty good. I don't know why I was worried. So here right now I am just covering this shell in rocks. I don't really want to make the shell of the home too complicated because like I said, I'm just covering it with rocks to make it look like a cave. So I really wasn't too bothered with the fact that the rocks may clip through the walls because, you know, it's a cave. That's what caves do. They're rocky on the inside and the outside, so it's perfectly fine. I just wanted to make sure the rocks weren't completely and just taking over the inside. I want to fit stuff in the cave. I want to fit like a bed in the cave, toilet in the cave, like just furniture in the cave. I just don't want to be just rocks in the cave. I want there to be things in there. So I had to occasionally make sure they weren't clipping through too much. And also I could actually see around the rocks, so they weren't really getting in my way. So when it came to the cave opening, I was a bit confused. I was like, I don't know how to make the cave opening to look natural and look like cave-like. I have no idea. So at first, I was like, oh, the like this cave arch type thing that we have going on. Well, we did have going on. From Island Living, I thought that would be perfect, and it would have been perfect if the rock wasn't black, and I don't think that rock came in any of the swatches. So I was like, that's just great, because that would have been perfect. And I do cut forward because I tried so many different ways trying to figure out how to make the cave entrance look natural and cave-esque. I tried everything. I tried sort of like rotating rocks to make it more cave looking. I tried the outdoor retreat stone seats to again rotate them, but they weren't looking cave-esque, and so I thought I just should make this way more simpler than I'm doing, because at the moment, once again, I am making things more complicated than they need to be, and just sort of like cover the cave entrance with rocks and use different rocks like I've been doing. So that's what I decided to do. To cover up the waterfall, so it actually makes it look like it's supposed to be here. This waterfall was here all along. I just built a cave around it, like it's part of the scenery. I decided to cover it with rocks, and then covered it with some bushes, some greenery, again just to emphasize this waterfall. This was here the entire time, okay? This has been here for years. It is part of nature. Mother Nature done this. It weren't me, it was Mother Nature. I just built a cave around it. So I'm just trying to make it look like Mother Nature did this, So here I'm just making the water more green. The one thing I was most definitely sure with Pocahontas is that I really wanted to keep the emphasis of nature and her being very one with nature, because that's Pocahontas. That's very Pocahontasy. So I really definitely wanted to keep that element of that in her build. So I do spend a lot of time outside making sure it looks like it's meant to be here. Mother Nature put it here, and Pocahontas has just found a cave and she's now living in it. So I do spend a lot of time trying to make it look like naturey and overgrown, and it's supposed to be here. So at the moment I'm putting a log down. So at the moment the log is kind of like hovering over the water. So I do pop, I use the tool mod and I push it into the water, and I'm so happy with this because it's now a sort of like in the water, and now the water's gone in the log. It actually looks like it's supposed to be there. So I think I just put down some lights in the tree. I immediately regretted putting lights in a grandmother willow, because I really wanted this lot to be off the grid, but because I am building in Granite Falls, and it is a rental lot, I can't make it off the grid, which is stupid, because you can go on holiday and have perhaps not off the grid, but you can have more stripped back and appreciate the simpler times kind of a holiday. So that was annoying. Because I don't feel like electricity and Pocahontas go together, so I really wanted that to have that lot trait, but that was not the case. But we also have the simple living lot trait, so that means Pocahontas will be growing everything that she needs to eat. So that is why I have popped down some of the bigger crop patches, and because they are just basically squares or brown soil, I thought a little bit weird, and I knew that I was going to terrain paint this entire lot, but at the same time I wanted to make sure it kind of looked like it's supposed to be there and not sticking out like a soft form. So I used a lot of these tuft of grass from Country Living. I also placed lots of these mushies all over the place just to make like blend it in a little bit more. And also I love these little mushies because it makes it feel more like fairy tale like, you know, like princessy and more Disney like. So yeah, I love a bit of mushies. I hate mushrooms though. I hate eating them. They're slimy and not satisfying. So yeah, I don't like eating them, but they look great here. So in that area we have like a tipped over wheels, like a metal wheel. I really wanted to make sure everything that I put down here kind of looked like it's supposed to be here. Either Pocahontas made it herself or she found it. And so for that metal wheel, I really wanted more of a wooden wheel. But I'm just going with the fact that perhaps Pocahontas was out and about. She was just walking in the forest or the woods that day, and she was just reminiscing about the time that she mauled Bob and going, oh, hang on, yep, that was the place that I mauled his fiance. Oh, good times, good times. Oh, hello. I like that wheel. I'm taking it home with me. And she used vampire werecat hybrid strength that she had, because it would have been perfect if it was a wooden wheel, but it's a metal wheel. But I really wanted a wheel in that area. So at the moment I am just decorating the top waterfall with some rocks and some foliage and green stuff to make it look like Mother Nature put this here. It wasn't me, it was Mother Nature. Make it more natural. Just put some rocks down just to cover up the grassy bit area, and yeah, I do put in like a ton of mosquitoes because there is a river just by where I live, and whenever you walk past the river you get attacked by flies, and I just worry that I'm either inhaling them or I'm accidentally eating them or they're actually on me, and so I don't particularly like going past the river. I would prefer just to cut through the car park and get where I want to, because I just don't want to be anywhere near these little tiny little flies. So I put them absolutely everywhere because whenever I walk down by the river, there's so many of them. So I do put like a lot down. They look really weird and funny because I was taking a lot of screenshots, and I was taking like some of them were like really zoomed in, and so I had a really good look at these with like mosquito type fly thingies. They look really odd. There's this weird look. It's like, ooh, you look odd. But yeah, so just putting more foliage down because I really wanted it to be a off the grid lot, but I couldn't have that because of the rentalness of this lot that I'm building on. But that didn't stop me because I decided to put down items that came from that catalogue. So just in case you wanted to download this from the gallery, which is Autumn Embers Whitey? I don't know. It's definitely all embers. I'm not too sure about the whitey at the end. But I'll pop it up on screen, my ID. So just in case you wanted to place this and make this a off-the-grid property, I made sure that I used stuff from that category, so it would function properly as an off-the-grid lot. So I'm just popping down some fishies from the Island pack. I keep forgetting about that pack. I keep forgetting that I own that pack, and there's some quite handy dandy stuff in that pack, especially for when I am doing more outdoorsy, one with nature kind of like homes and stuff. So I just popped down some fishies so it'll look Pocahontas do a little bit of fishing in the pond, which she can actually do. I play tested this and I didn't realise I needed like a little fishing sign to pop it in the water, but I found one in the catalogue, popped it in the water so your Sims can actually fish in the pond that I created. So I'm imagining Pocahontas would fish in the pond, then she would hang up her fishies, And then once she's done that, she can cook her fishies on the thingy that I'm putting down here, a pit. The pit that I'm putting down here, I just put it by Grandmother Willow. All this, I didn't realise this little like fishy capturing cagey thingy. I didn't know that was an actual interactive object, but it is. So I popped that down there. Also popped down a honey box because I wanted to make sure Pocahontas had everything she needed to make whatever she wanted. Also popped some more planters down. I do give you a little helping hand by planting some already to go plants. So we have an apple tree in here. We also have a lemon tree in here and some black beans. Just the things that kind of to my head when I was doing this is like what put in these plant pots. What can I put in there? It's like apples. What else? Lemons. What else? So no, black beans. So yeah, they're all the things that kind of popped in my head. We are now inside. Like I said, we do have rocks through the walls. Like I said, don't mind that. It is a cave. We also have some windows in this cave. I know it's not very cave-like, but I just wanted to even out the oranginess from the candles, because a lot of these off-the-grid lights are candles, and I don't get me wrong, I love being cozy. I love my builds having a nice warm cozy look to them, but I don't want but that doesn't mean I want my build to look orange. You know, if I wanted an orange looking build, I would be popping down orange colours on the wall. So the windows is to even up the oranginess from some of the off the grid lights, and also just to make it a little bit easy breezy, get some good airflow in there, get some fresh air into the build. So yeah, that's why I popped some holes with frames into the cave, just for those reasons. So when I was doing the kitchen, because it's a cave, Pocahontas is very one with nature. I was like, what do I put in the kitchen? I got a fridge to keep her food fresh. Got a sink so she can wash her hands or wash her dishes. I could probably imagine Pocahontas actually washing her hands in the pond. But I got a little sink there so the Sims can actually wash their dishes up. I was like, what else do I put in the kitchen? I have absolutely no idea. It's Pocahontas. She makes everything. What do I do? So I took a little bit of time to trying to think what would go in there. I had a good helping hand with the laundry day pack, because they had lots of things that looked like she could have made them, like those those baskets aren't from laundry day, that's from Jungle Adventure, but they had the like herbs in there, that little washing scrubby thing that you see in olden day movies. So that got me off into trying to think what would go in here. And the rugs, I like those rugs because to help me figure out the colour scheme to this build, I found a Pocahontas colour scheme picture from Pinterest, which gave me a bunch of colours that I could use to use in this build, so it kind of looked like this is a build or cave for Pocahontas. So some of our colours include like browns and green and like an orangey colour and red because of her red lip, and the aqua colour from her necklace. I do put a lot more of the aqua colour upstairs in the bedroom bathroom area. So downstairs it's more of like the more earthier browner tones. So yeah, that also helped me out with this because like, what do I put in here? It's a cave. So yeah, so the kitchen was a little hard to do because like, what do I put in there? But the laundry day stuff was all I got the ball rolling a little bit for me. So that was great. So moving on to here, I really wanted like a lovely little cozy nook, you know, like a little cozy reading nook. So that's what I made it into. So we have a willow looking chair. As I was putting it down, I was like, if this is like a wicker chair, wouldn't that be made out of willow? Which meant she would have used stuff from Grandmother Willow. She's sitting on Grandmother Willow. And I know Pocahontas wouldn't do that. Yeah, perhaps it's not Grandmother Willow. Perhaps it's Grandmother's Willow's cousin or something like that. Perhaps she's made Grandmother's Willow's cousin into a chair. Okay, I will live with that because, you know, Pocahontas is a hybrid. She doesn't really care as much as she used to. So I do put down like a wooden bench in there, which I do put some cushions down because it looked very hard on the old bum and the back. You'd be leaning backwards and rock! Yeah, I'm sitting on a log as well. So just to make it a little bit more comfy when you're sitting down, I thought it'd be nice to have some cushions. Perhaps she made them herself, or in my mind, Pocahontas, if she finds something that she would like, she will just grab it and go. She won't really pay for it, ask for it, she will just grab it and leave. So I think Pocahontas either made these cushions or she just stole them, because that's who she is now. She doesn't give two flyers about anything anymore. So just put some cushions down. To make it a little bit more comfy. Put some books down. I'm hoping or praying those book stacks you can actually read, like it actually acts as a bookcase. If not, that's a bit of a bummer. So just put some logs down to make it more cozy, so it's not less harsh on your feet. Because you get cold feet, you know, living in a cage by water. I think it'd be quite cold. So just putting down a few more bits and pieces. Or here on this little table that I'm putting in at the moment with a little plant on it, I do put in a Jungle Adventure aqua looking gem, also to represent the little gem that she has on her necklace. I do apologise, when I was trying to figure out the layout of this cave, I did pop down some furniture just to give me somewhat of an idea where things would go, if it looked alright. And when I was doing that, I didn't think I would keep the dining furniture. I thought I would change that. But actually, when I was doing the interior, I was like, oh, I quite like that. So the table is from the Island Living Pack. I do change the colour to like the aqua colour because, like I said, I felt like I needed more of the aqua colour downstairs because there's a lot of it upstairs. And then the chairs I got from the Hidden Objects catalogue, especially the chairs that you make from the wooden table. So yeah, I put them down there, and I really didn't think I would keep it, but I did. So here, like I said, I wanted to make sure everything that was put down looked like something that Pocahontas would have made herself, or picked up and stolen and popped in her build because she liked it. This, however, granted, it does not make any sense at all, but I really wanted it, you know. I thought it looked good in a cave, you know, and this is my challenge and I wanted it, so I put it in there. Also just gives a little bit of light to the bathroom area. Like it was encroaching on your privacy when it came to the loo, so I do put down those little like batons, or whether wooden batons, just to get a little bit of privacy. If it was me, I would probably pop over a towel over the windows there, or the glass there, just to give myself a little bit more privacy. But for me, I feel like Pocahontas doesn't really care about privacy. She'll just go wherever she wants to. If she needs to pee, she'll just pee. So yeah, I just wanted it because I can. Here we are doing the bedroom. Like I said, I didn't really care about the rocks coming through. I just kind of worked with the rocks. But this rock here, he's just sort of like hanging out. He's sort of like overhanging a little bit. He's got a bit of a sharp edge there. So I just thought it'd be nice to line that sharp edge with some knackered looking wardrobes. I wanted the more knackered looking ones because I imagined that Pocahontas would cat out, you know, become the were-cats a little bit inside. So I do use them. I also speaking of like scratches, I do put some claw marks on the wall again, so it looks like she would feline out. I don't know. So in the bathroom, we didn't have a lot of room for a bathtub. This room is quite big, so I thought it'd be lovely just to have like a little bath area just tucked away in the corner of this bedroom, because I do see it. Personally, for me, I wouldn't like it, but some people have like a luxury type of thing, and I thought, why not for Pocahontas? Let's go. So I thought it'd be nice to actually have a dedicated bath area, a nice luxury, down to naturey bathy area. And I've never used that bathtub, and it was nice in it. So I popped it down. I also pop another little window or hole in the wall, so she could have a bath and look outside to the rocks and the waterfall. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys here. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy your day. So thank you and goodbye.